the 80s. And that means that what I thought of as true love is what you're about to see on that. That's right. That's what I thought of as true love. Because I was an 80s child. Now, I remember their wedding quite vividly. It's one of my first memories from childhood. And I remember I was in my friend's den, and their TV was like in the corner by the fireplace, and I was like, had my face pressed up against the slats and the banister and the stairs that led up to the kitchen, and I was just had my eyes glued on this wedding because it was like a storybook. It was a horse-drawn carriage, and there was all these little details in the wedding, like the train that went all the way down the aisle, and the little flower girls. I mean, I had every image of this wedding. It's so vivid. It's like I was the one getting married. And just a few years ago, I realized that this memory couldn't have happened. It absolutely couldn't have happened because that's how old I was when they got married. I was 1. So it probably didn't actually happen that way. And that neighbor that I remember being in their house, well, they didn't live on my street yet. So it didn't. But I think it's because I loved Princess Di. Like, I was obsessed with Princess Di. I just loved, like, she looked down her nose in pictures, and she had like a perfect blonde hair and the little elegant, yet modern pantsuits. I loved her. I wanted to be her, and not like a single white female obsessive way, more like I named my favorite stuffed animal after her. Oh, this is Diana, by the way. That's Diana. So when Di and Charles split up, I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. Especially devastated for, my future husband, William, because I knew he must be taking it very hard. Did I mention that I was going to marry Prince William? Yeah, pretty much from the day he was born, I knew that I was going to marry Prince William. Because more than being Diana, what I really, really wanted to be was royalty. I wore that crown a lot as a kid. I wanted to be the next Princess of Wales. And of course that's long before, we have perfect Princess Kate and her little tiny waist, and she seems nice, but honestly though, I love royalty in the way that only an American can love royalty, and the fact that we've never had it. But it's that idea that you're destined to do something, and you never ever have to make any decisions in your entire life because this is what you're going to be, and you get a castle. And I like castles, with like hundreds of rooms. And I'm gonna guess like at least one bookshelf that turns into like a secret room. And yeah, I take it. Okay, so that's obviously an abbey and not really a castle, but I take it because I think I'd make a really good Countess of Grantham. I would make a really excellent. Actually, growing up, I was really positive that I was actually royalty, and that my real family was forced to leave me with peasants because of, I don't know, some like ancient curse, or like there was a witch involved. That was the reason that I was forced to grow up in the Atlanta suburbs in a 3-bedroom ranch. That was my room in the far corner. That was why. But as I grew up and genetics started showing through, it became pretty obvious that I was with the correct family. Yeah. Bloodlines are pretty clear there. I'm peasant through and through. It's all right. I never married a prince. I did get a barber. And we didn't get a castle, but we did get annual passes to Disneyland, so it's kind of the same thing, really. But, I think about it, and I think, I hope that in the parallel universe where I'm the Princess of Wales, that I'm happy, that I'm happier than Di ever was. Because in this universe, I'm actually doing pretty good.